Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone who teach and rule well, and shalom to the sincere Akim, spreading this truth and sincerity. Shalom. So in this video, I want to talk about, that you have to trust a snake that he is a snake. And what I mean by that is you have to trust a person for who he is, man. What I want to go into in this video is that, the character, and the way that Esau was created by the Heavenly Father, shows us really that he cannot be trusted, man. And I want to talk about a little, testimony concerning myself, because as y'all know, I decided to move out, and live with my wife now, changing places for a project that I would do for this Amalekite, and eventually, through me, he got another project, and now he's basically closer to home, still making money. But what happened now is that, slowly but surely, he started to replace me, man. He started to replace me by my ex-colleague, who is also an Amalekite, that I used to know from, the Amalek before this one. And most likely it is due to him, making less money than me. You see, because he wanted to give me more money, seeing I fixed up the project, but also that he really saw that I was very good at my business, man. So he wanted me to reward me from that, seeing that I was basically doing my job in a very good way. You see, but over time, as I was giving him advice about how to do things, seeing that he, is not someone that basically comes from the infrastructure. He is actually from the transport business, with trucks and shit like that. But he got into the infrastructure business due to his father-in-law. He's still trying to basically, discover the wheel, basically, about how to do things. You see, so as I'm trying to teach him how to, fix up this project, how he should include me, when he gets a project, so I know what needs to happen, so that I'm also able to be on a project and, help him accordingly. Instead of him humbling himself down and taking that advice, he's actually seeing that this competition, man. Seeing that this competition, which, causes him to actually, take distance from me, and make certain steps by, basically taking a stand away from me, man. You see, but these are things that I already, should have predicted in my mind, because you have to trust a snake to be a snake. Why would I want to help out Amalek? Why would I want to help them out knowing their nature? Seeing that they are very slick and very deceptive, about how to do things, man. This man, when he leaves a job, when he comes to the job site, he doesn't even say goodbye. When he has a message that he needs to tell me, he doesn't tell it himself. He goes to the assistant mechanic who tells me, and then later on in the evening he sends me an email. You see, which is like, kind of cowardly, man. But hey, we have to trust these men, that are Edomites and Amalekites, which those are from the same nation, to be like that, man. Very cowardly. You see, who hide behind, their so-called shield of pride, which that pride is what's gonna bring them down, man. So right now I'm in the transition of finding a new job, which tomorrow I'm gonna get a phone call or a message, that I'm gonna start next week somewhere else, which is closer to home as well. You see? So let me start at Sirach chapter 12 verse 10. Never trust an enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So we should not trust our enemies, man. The thing actually, what I had in mind was like, let me give this man a chance. He is like, he comes true on his word when it concerns the financials. But other than that, he's not very occupied with how things are done behind the scenes. You see? And I tell him that straight up, straight up, no BS, which can kind of come off hard, but that's just the way it is, man. Also, recently, I basically fitted his van so that he could perform um, ground-related tasks, but also, put some road markings in his van. He didn't even compensate me for that. Which that is a whole another scripture as well, which has it says, Sirach chapter 8 verse 12, lend not unto him that is mightier than thyself, for if thou lendest him, count it but lost. You see, so I lended my free time to him, and basically my free time is lost, man. I even spoke to him about, hey, could you compensate me? What is basically the deal, with the Sunday? Are you gonna compensate me, or are you gonna see it as a, as a how you say that, act of goodwill? You see, but if he would have told me, you know what, I already helped you out here and there, with some money when you couldn't make the joints, then it would be a whole different thing. But now he ignored my question as well. You see. Also, when there was stagnation, due to me, not having my documents ready yet, having to come to the work location, not having my paper that allows me to work on the cable. He lets me come there. I ask him what is going to be the stagnation cost for me coming here, but not being able to do things because of the mistake that the contractor made. He ignored my question as well. He ignored me completely, man. You see, so that shows you that we have to trust a snake to be a snake. When it concerns them, with being related to job, we should not trust these people, man. You see? So this is Sirach chapter 12, verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. So at the beginning, of when I initially would come, work for him, he humbled himself, said that he has a good reputation of payment, this, that, and the third, but this man isn't even able to, talk to me directly, and say what is what, man, how things need to be done. You see, I give this man advice of how to do things better, want to send him a mail, ask him, hey, are you there on Monday? I want to talk to you about, how to, how we could better, plan the thing with the excavator, He just doesn't even want to accept the advice. He just wants to say like, yeah, we had a rough week. We're working with a new crew. I'd be like, nah, man, you was the one that told them to leave the excavator at the last job site that they was the day before, pick it up in the morning. They was late, man. They was like half an hour to an hour late, depending on what time they would actually start, because I wanted to start at 8 o'clock. I'm on time every single time, man. This man even getting mad and angry because he asked me Monday to be there between 10 and 11. What happens? He texts me around 10, hey, are you on your way? I tell him no. I show him my breakfast. I show him my coffee that I'm having breakfast. He says, brother, we're waiting on you, but like in a very disrespectful way. Like, bro, we're waiting on you. Then I direct him to the point where it says between 10 and 11. Then he asks, are you gonna be here 11? I tell him yes. And I'm there even 5 to 11, man. Meeting the requirement of the time that he wanted me to be there. You see? But yeah, he humbled himself and went crouching to me, man. In December, halfway December, I told him like, hey, the way that we're doing things right here, right now, ain't gonna work out for me, man. It's better if I look for another job. He wanted to keep me. He said, yeah, I'm gonna have new plans, this and the third. But most likely in his mind, he had already a plan to replace me. You see? The colleague that I used to work with, he doesn't even have a van. He goes in his, he goes to the job in his, normal car, So he is not like, really, a self-appointed person like that, man. Hey, I ain't gonna talk about that, man. And of course, he gets less money, and that's also like what he sees. He sees the money. He sees the money signs. because he made an agreement with me which he would not be able to keep, because it's gonna cost him money. But instead of telling me all that, he just ignores me and doesn't text me anymore concerning all of those things. But it says, and thou hast been unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Yes, when an Edomite comes to you very humble with promises and things like that, don't trust them on their words, man. Trust them on their actions. And even that you should not really, trust neither. But even though what the scripture says, even though you look in a mirror, back in the days there was of metal, if you wipe away the rust, it's going to be clean for a while. But the rust is going to come back, just like, the wickedness of an Edomite, man. Which Amalek is the head tribe of Esau. So, knowing that, never trust our enemies, man. Never. On the phone I had a conversation with another job opportunity, and he was very, very forward, very straight in what he wanted to tell me, man. Like, this is how I am, this, I'm gonna give you a chance, this, this, da ba 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 ba, da 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 da, this, that, and the third. Like, okay, cool cat. Wanting to give me, the opportunity to develop myself, grow within the company, this, that, and the third. Which most likely is either Esau or he is Japhet by the way that he looks. But that's just me going off of the appearance. But yet again, these things we should not hold for face value, man. Trust a snake to be a snake. Trust him to bite you, man. Trust him to, seek a way to get to you, man. You see? Yeah, and the next verse is not really going into, the topic that I'm talking about. But verse 12 says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Yeah, so when you're dealing with an Edomite, never let him deal with you on such a level, that eventually he's going to try to take your spot, man. Being all buddy, because eventually he's going to take your spot, man. He's going to basically, collect all them things to do your dirt, man. Let me jump down to verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Yeah, so they have all that nice talk, man. Nice. But what they are actually, getting in their mind is how to, overthrow you, man. How to fuck you up. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Yeah, he's gonna, try to get to you, man. Verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands, and whisper much, and change his countenance. You see, so they're gonna be against you eventually, man, in their ways, in their mannerisms, even if you was buddy. You see, pretending to help you, and even undermining you. Which, if you're really going to the word to undermine, it goes into, basically disrespect. Not give you as much respect, man. It says, undermine in the online etymology dictionary, it says, the figurative sense of injure by invisible, secret, or dishonorable means. You see, basically showing disrespect, man. Dishonor is not a respectful thing. You see? If you go into the word under, it says beneath, among, mine, to dig a tunnel under fortification to overthrow them. So basically also going, into finding ways to overthrow a person, man. But hey, Yartazam, man, I made a video recently, on if you have faith, basically that you should not be idle, man. If you have faith that the Heavenly Father is going to provide you with a new job, you also are going to have to put in the work, for the Most High to guide you with the right job, in the right direction. You see? So Yaratazah, this opportunity that I'm getting, Yaratazah, I'm going to hear about it tomorrow, will grant me the opportunity, to really be, how you say it, be set good, man. What I mean by that is able to, get some educations that I, still want to achieve, for as long as the society lasts. You see? This is Sirach chapter 13 and verse 1. He that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. And the Amalekite that I worked for, he was very proud, man. Up until the point where he himself, was at a job site, and his assistant mechanic told me, or the assistant technician of him, which is also his friend, told me, like, yeah, this one time, he was just sitting in the car, and an executive came to him, asked him what he can do. He was smoking a cigarette. He said, I can do everything. I can do everything. And then later on, they joked about him. They joked about him in the groups app. That's what I heard. That's what the assistant technician heard from someone else on the floor, that they was laughing their asses off, in the groups app, where they say, yeah, I got a man sitting in the car smoking a cigarette, and I asked him what he can do. He said he could have everything, but he wasn't doing shit, and he still wasn't doing shit, man. Saying that he could make the cable joints, he could do everything. It was very easy. It was very quick. No problems. This, that, and the third. And I asked him, hey, come here, make the joint, man. When he came with a very proud statement, I cut his ass straight up, man. This one time he said, yeah, I'm the best. I said, the best? I said, come and make this joint. He said, no, I'm the best at my job. I'm the best at, things in the office. I said, oh, okay. Then recently, I want to say lately, then recently, when I fixed this van with the van fitting, with the carpentry, stuff, he said, yeah, man, we did a good job. I said, we? I said, we? You did nothing, man. I cut that straight off, man. He didn't do shit. And most likely that is also why he started to get an adverse, liking to me. Because he saw that, I'm not someone that is easily impressed, that is easily malleable, by his money and things like that. And that will accept his pride, man, because the Most High hates pride. So so we have to hate that vehemently, man. You see. Verse 2: Burden not thyself above thy power while thou livest, and have no fellowship with one that is mightier and richer than thyself. For how agree the kettle and the earthen pot together? For if the one be smitten against the other, it shall be broken. You see, so actually this already shows you that, there's a certain way that we should deal with people that have a certain status, or that have more money or are mightier than us. We should not equal ourselves with them. You see, meanwhile, my intentions was good to help this guy, build up his company, because in the end, if I would able to help him, it would benefit me as well. You see, but he was so proud within himself that he wanted to do everything himself. Project leader, executive, a planner, all them things. You see, but hey, Yartaza, this man is gonna find his equal, man. Let me see. Let me just jump to verse 4. If thou be for his prophet, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. So if we can benefit them, he will use us, man. So there was a moment that I was his only technician. I was the only technician that he was basically dealing with. You see? And when I told him, I'm about to dip because this isn't gonna work for me, that must have started something within him. Like, hey, I can't rely on just one person, which that is okay. But just then have a decent conversation with me, like, hey, it ain't gonna work out. Just do it in that way, in that fashion. It says, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. Yeah, so if you have nothing to offer him no more, he's gonna leave you, man. Like I said, trust a snake to be a snake. This describes Esau, man. This describes Esau's personality for what it is. And the Most High showed me a great lesson in this. Because at one point, you want it to work out, but then the Most High also shows you why it isn't working out, because he's showing all these traits. He's showing all these traits which don't line up with my own mindset. The conversation that I had with the guy on the phone tonight, He said, "Yeah, I'm all for people that are active, man. They want to make progress. They want to do things." I say, "Hey, that's funny, man, because actually, I want to get my high voltage, and then I want to go to, basically become a how you say that, like an engineer. You know, that's what I wanted to. I say, hey, that's cool, man. So maybe you're able to join up with this dude that I'm gonna pair you with, and then y'all both can go to school, man." So we're gonna see what the most I have in store for me, man. But it was just a beautiful lesson for me to learn. Also the dude, the assistant technician, he bought a van. Let me say it like this: he bought a van. Amalek forced this man to change his van so that it could carry the charging poles. Meanwhile, he didn't purchase it for the charging poles. He forced him, which that is like demonic in itself, man. You see? But yeah, it says, verse 5, "If thou have anything, he will live with thee, yea, he will make thee bear, and will not be sorry for it. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee, and smite upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair, and say, what wantest thou?" You see? So, if he can use you, he's gonna be with you, man. He's gonna be with you, and help you to a certain way, but just for the deception, man. Holding like, a certain poker face within my face, just to basically replace me with my old colleague, which I told him already, like, hey, do what you want, but I wouldn't trust him by educating, the assistant mechanic to become a technician, man. Why? Because I know his past, I know his experience. Of course, we should not hold, like past versions of people, in their face the whole time. But I know his past, man. At the previous job, they was not happy with this dude. They was not satisfied with him, man. They was very happy when he left and became self-employed. They was like, yes, let us get rid of this dude. You see? Verse 7, "And he will shame thee by his meats, until he have drawn thee dry twice or thrice, and at the last he will laugh thee to scorn afterward. When he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee." You see? So, this is what their plan is, man. So they're gonna try to, suck us empty, man. Leave us in a state of where we are so-called, how you say that, hopeless. Because he now thinks that I'm hopeless, that I'm only relying on him. But the only one that I should be relying on is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to provide me with a new job, with better opportunities, and a job that provides me, with like an environment which suits me better, not an environment in which, all the employees, are leaving, man. Because I asked the assistant technician as well, like, hey, where are the Bulgarian crew members? He said, yeah, he tried to call them yesterday, but they didn't pick up. I said, yeah, they ain't gonna come back, man. He said, yeah, it's like messed up, but hey, I think you're right, man. I think you're right. They ain't gonna come back. Why? Because he treats people like shit. He treats people like shit, and then he expects to get good results, to get happy and satisfied, people that he works with. His own father told me that I should cuss out the ground crew, man. I told him, no, man, I ain't gonna do that, man. Treat someone else the way that you want to be treated. And of course, that first and foremost, refers to, our own people, but still, if you treat someone the way that you want to be treated, you put a statement like, hey, I have self-respect, and I don't want you to, cross my boundaries, man. Cussing them out is crazy, man. Otherwise, they ain't gonna work. Get out of here, man. Treating you like a freaking slave, man. I was looking for a picture as well today, and I found it like perfect to the T. Perfect to the T. Let me see where it is. It says, no amount of money is worth a job where you are treated with disrespect like a slave. And And that is what it was, man. This man, he even referred to me as the technician. Yes, the technician still there. He didn't ask me like, hey, is such and such still there? Is X still there? You know, he didn't do that. The assistant technician, he showed me the things, man. I was next to him in the car when he called him. Yeah, is the technician still there? Like crazy, man. Those are crazy things, man. To need to witness. You know, basically you're just a number for an individual, man. You see. But hey, that's why Amalekites are gonna get it the hardest, man. They're the head tribe. They're gonna suffer the most of all the Edomites, man. You know? They're gonna suffer the most, and he gonna find out in the kingdom though. He gonna find out in the kingdom what I'm gonna make him do. Yaharatazah. You know, he gonna remember very goodly how he treated me and what he thought, man. You know, the Most High has a special place for those that really oppose us, man, pursuant to Luke chapter 17, verse 1 on down. You see? So, yeah. So, trust a snake to be a snake, you know? So lucky I'm reading a couple other things, seeing if there's nothing much else, man. So hey, you know, Yaratazai, you know, this video was edifying. You know, speaking a little bit about my own experience with Amalek recently in the last couple of, 3 months, November, December, half January, like 3 months time, you know, that I dealt with him, you know, and I already felt like leaving, man, you know, and the crazy part is, man, I even cast lots, man. I cast lots, and the lots said, find another job, you know. But then he came with the conversation, you know, he basically came with he would deceive thee and smite upon thee and put thee in hope. He put me in hope, man. You know? But basically what he did is he used me until he could find a replacement. You see? But hey, you know, it's all Yahweh Ratazah. I learned my lesson. You need to stand my ground, you know, not, you know, get, you know, too attached to them neither. You know, let them sort their own things out. You know, and with that, I do hope and pray that this video was edifying. And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone, who teach and rule well. And shalom to the sincere Akim, spreading this truth in sincerity. Shalom.